KSLR.com and FM 92.7 and 95.3 HD4. It is Christmas Eve, I think. Maybe I got enough of those in there. And we are glad to have you along. A lot of the colleges, especially with their football programs, are really looking at improvements and trying to bolster their abilities of winning in their college football circles, especially in 1AA or what they call the FCS division. And the University of Tennessee Chattanooga is no stranger in that, as they are looking to find ways of improving on what they're doing on and off the field. And as we mentioned, over the last several days, including Wednesday, UTC, went out. They've been searching, trying to find that right chemistry to make things happen where they will have a better product on the field. And Coach Tom Arth did that with a little over a dozen players that they were able to sign to National Signing Day, the early edition that happened on Wednesday. Now, February, that is what they consider as the true National Signing Day. But they give you that period, this week, only a couple days to get your early commitments signed, sealed, and then delivered. And then spring practice will get underway probably around April. Generally, that's about when. And they find out whether or not, these signees and everything, these committed football student athletes are going to do the job for that particular program. But, a very nice coup of a mix of local players and players from regional areas that are nearby to Chattanooga. And that's typically what you're going to find with a program such as the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Now, we're scheduled to have Coach Tom Arth come aboard here via telephone, as he's out and about doing things with his family. But he graciously accepted to take a little bit of time to talk with us, and we'll hope to talk to him here in a little bit here on Sports Talk with Sam Jordan. So once again, if you're watching on Facebook Live, you want to send in a question when Coach Arth comes aboard, please do so. We'll be more than glad to pass that question along. Pardon me. And, they also had an announcement today. There was a couple of coaches that have left to take coaching positions at Kent State University in Kent, Ohio. One of those being linebackers coach Matt Feeney, who was entering his second year with the Mocs. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Good evening. You're on Sports Talk with Sam Jordan. Who's this?
Hey, Sam. This is Tom Arth from Chattanooga Football.
How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Not bad. This has got to be one of those interesting weeks for you and your coaching staff to be able to cultivate and find some very fine student athletes to come aboard the Moccasin mission that you've got going here in Chattanooga. Can you tell us a little bit about, those student athletes that you've got signed and committed to the Mocs program here for the next several years?
Yeah, we're very excited about the class that we've signed. A couple days ago now, I guess, on Wednesday. It's a fantastic group. Really, high character individuals, great students, and excellent football players. So it's a really good group overall. I think we were able to really address a lot of needs that we had within our program. Offensively, adding a couple offensive linemen, was really important to us with, Harrison Moon transferring from Mississippi State, Dylan Cole out of Dalton, Georgia. That's really big. It was really, really important for us to do that. And, running back position, we were able to really, improve. We graduated our top two runners from last year in Ricard J. Bagley and Daryl Bridges. And, don't have a lot. We're excited about, Alex Trotter coming back, Chris Broadwater, Chris Miller. but really need to add some depth there. And we did that with Isaiah Cobb out of Maryville and Josiah Futrell out of Cal High School in Georgia. And then we also picked up a JUCO running back out of East Mississippi who, won the national championship and was just recently named All-American, Tyrell Price. So, really pleased with that. Wide receiver position, Lamerick Tucker out of Bradley Central is a fantastic player, just an incredibly explosive player. Is a threat to go, just about every time he gets the ball in his hand. TJ Horton, another receiver out of Cartersville in Georgia, one of the top programs in the country. And, his best years are ahead of him. He's a 6'3", long, athletic wideout who can really run. So we're excited for him. And, defensively, we were able to address some needs as well with our defensive line, with Michael Austin out of Apopka, Florida, and two linebackers, Niven Nelson also out of Cartersville. Simon Miskelly out of Hewitt-Trussville, two linebackers, which was really important for us, just with graduating Dale Warren and Tay Davis. We really needed to go find a couple guys in this class, and we feel great about both of them. They were our top two linebackers, and we're excited to have them join in our program. And defensive backfield, Cole Hankey out of Boyd Buchanan, right here in Chattanooga. Just an excellent football player, an outstanding student, and is going to do some great things for us.
Coach, how hard and difficult is it? I mean, because you're basically out there competing against a ton of schools that are trying to win the services of these student athletes. How hard has it become in today's society for, coaches to direct these young men, in the direction of your program?
Well, I think the challenge is, getting, the student athletes to understand just how important this decision is, because it's not just about, where you're going to play football. It's not just about where you're going to school. It's about, going to a place and choosing a place, that's going to help change your life, and to be around people that are going to impact you and, have an opportunity for you to improve and to become the best person you can be. So, they got to realize that it's not just about the facilities. It's not about the gear, all the glitz and glam. Like, that's nice, but, that doesn't make you a better person. That doesn't make you a better football player. Doesn't make you a better man. And, I think that it's just important for our coaches to make sure that the student athletes that we recruit understand that, and understand that that's what we're about. That's who we are. And that's the way that we're going to coach them. That's the way that we're going to do everything that we can to help them develop, in every aspect of their life. And I think that, the guys that are about the right things and the guys who can see the big picture, I think are really attracted to that. And I think that's why, we were able to put together such a good group, and why they all get along as well as they do, because they're all very different. But I think at the core of who they are, they're very much the same, high character, intelligent, extremely competitive individuals who, most importantly want to be at Chattanooga, who love Chattanooga and are excited to be a part of our program.
You completed your first year here in Chattanooga as the head coach of the Mocs. I know you were disappointed maybe with the overall record, but do you feel like that you were able to figure a lot of things out, and especially being on the recruiting trail and everything, and trying to attract these class of 2018 student athletes coming aboard? And where do you feel that the program is headed? And, of course, it's in an upward motion. You can't go much lower. But, UTC Mocs mission statement is, we want to be back in the SoCon Conference Championship game and win it. I'm sure that more than anything. But what are some of the things that you learned from this past season in your first year here in Chattanooga?
Well, it was a season that certainly presented a lot of challenges, for all of us, myself, our coaching staff, our players alike. There were a lot of challenges that we met and that we faced, and, in a lot of ways overcame week in and week out. And I think that, as a result, we've grown. We've grown a lot, and our program from where it was, and our team, from where it was, and at the beginning of the season to where we finished the year, I think is a very different place. And, the mindset and the mentality and the attitude and, all those things have improved so much. And, the way we finished the year was a really great testament to that. And, it's one of those seasons where, you wish it didn't end. You wish you had the opportunity to play, 4 or 5 more games at the end of the year, because we were, starting to play and starting to practice, most importantly, so much better. So, we're excited to get back in spring. We're gonna start our spring practice at the end of February and finish up, right around the end of March. So we're excited to get back out there and hopefully, pick up right where we left off and, give ourselves the opportunity to keep improving and keep growing. So when we get a chance to get back out there and compete next fall, that we'll be in great position.
Out of these recruits that you were able to obtain here with the National Early Signing Day on Wednesday, are you looking for an instant impact from some of these student athletes?
We are, absolutely. I think, a number of these freshmen, incoming freshmen will have opportunities to play, and we're going to be looking for them to play. I think, as I mentioned, on the offensive line, I think Harrison can have a fantastic opportunity to come in and contribute right away. That's why we signed him, to do that and to add depth and to, help improve, our offensive line. We graduated 2 seniors off of last year's team, and Harrison's going to have an opportunity to come in as a veteran player with great experience and be a leader in that group. And I think that, from staying on the offensive side, just looking to become more in a more explosive offense. I think we've added some of those weapons, certainly in the running backs and also in the wide receivers and our tight end Logan Pitts, who I think I failed to mention earlier, out of Hewitt Trustful, is a fantastic football player. Incredible player. More of a receiving tight end, but is just extremely dynamic with the football in his hands. So I think offensively, we've added a couple offensive linemen that really, kind of are the heart and soul of our team and make it all go offensively for us. And then got some playmakers in the program as well. Defensively with our linebackers and, as I mentioned, that was a really big pickup for us. And Kay and Dale both won't be back next year. And, we're going to have some people that need to step up, whether it's, guys that are currently in our program or the freshmen coming in. We're looking for 2 guys to step up and really play a really important role in our defense.
Coach Tom Arth with us, the University of Tennessee Chattanooga head football coach, getting ready to start his 2nd season at the helm here in Chattanooga. Coach, out of your returning players that you have, are you going to be looking at some certain individuals to really step up and take the leadership of this team as they head into this 2018 season?
Well, absolutely. I think, there's a number of guys that had really developed throughout the course of the season as leaders. And, certainly this offseason is going to be a really big time for them to really step up and continue to grow in their leadership role. So we're excited for that. Coach Pearson, our strength coach, and I have spent a lot of time talking about, that group of players and, the role that they're going to have in our off-season program and the opportunity that it's going to be for them to, to take the team, because that's really what we want is, we want it to be a player-driven team, and we don't want everything having to come from the coaches. And, we think that the best way and the most successful teams are the ones that, are really run by the players. And, I think we have a group that, with this off season and this winter and spring and summertime to really continue to grow, I think we'll have a pretty solid group coming back in the fall.
Coach, you had news earlier today with Tom Kaufman and Brian Cochran leaving for Kent State, but you quickly were able to promote some of your other coaches to kind of fill some of the roles. Linebackers coach Matt Feeney, you elevated up to defensive coordinator, and outside linebackers coach Shelton Felton has been added the title of assistant head coach to his existing duties. Talk a little bit to our listeners out there about these promotions and your thoughts on the 2 coaches that are heading off to Ohio.
Well, first of all, very happy for Coach Kaufman, for the opportunity that he has I know he took a tremendous risk in leaving an ACC program and coming to Chattanooga to be on our staff, and I'll never forget that. And that will always be something that means a lot to me. And he did a fantastic job with our defense this year, and I wish him all the best at Kent State. One of his closest friends, became the head coach there. So it's a pretty rare opportunity for him to have a chance to not only go and work for one of his closest friends, but to also do it close to his home. Him and his wife's home with their new baby son, Jack. So it's just a really special opportunity for them, and I'm happy for them. I wish them all the best, and I'm very thankful for their contributions to our team. Brian Cochran, is hard, to see, leaving our program. Brian and I have coached together for a long time, and in fact, I don't think I've coached a day of football in my life without Brian Cochran. When I came back to John Carroll University as an assistant coach, Brian was our defensive coordinator, and have worked with him, my entire career. So, I'm really, really sad personally, to see Brian go. He means a lot to me and always will. But I know that this is the right opportunity for him, and opportunity for him to get back, very close to his family, and be near his parents, which I know means everything to him. So I wish him all the best. He's one of the best there is. Whatever level it is, there's just not very many people that coach the defensive line like Brian Cochran does. So I know he's going to do a great job at Kent State, and we will all certainly miss him. But I know we'll stay in close contact. But yeah, it's an opportunity where when you lose people, which happens a lot in this business, and we're proud of that. Our coaches getting opportunities to go and continue to advance in their careers, but it provides opportunities for your program as well. It gives you an opportunity to improve and to get better. And I think that hiring Matt Feeney as our defensive coordinator is a really, really great step. Matt has been, Matt was a player. He was a captain and linebacker of the year in our conference my first year as head coach at John Carroll, and volunteered after that, became a graduate assistant linebacker coach, and now ultimately a defensive coordinator. So Matt knows our defense. He played in it. He's coached in it for a number of years now, and he's been exposed to some of the finest defensive coaches in the country. Three of our previous defensive coordinators, as a matter of fact, Brandon Staley, Jerry Saplinski, and Chris Shula are all coaching in the NFL now. So Matt has been exposed to all those guys, and is just an incredible young football coach. Understands the game, will be able to teach the game so well, situationally, the scheme, the technique, the fundamentals. He's the total package, and I'm just I'm happy that we're able to give him this opportunity, and I know that he's going to make the absolute most of it. And Shelton Felton, same deal. Shelton's somebody that I've really grown to rely on, someone who I really bounce a lot of ideas off of and ask a lot of questions to, and truly trust his guidance and his feedback, and some of the ideas that he has. And he is a extremely intelligent football coach, has a great way about him, and has an incredibly bright future in this business. And I know that going forward, he's just going to become more and more important to me and to our team.
All right. Coach Tom Arth, as we go into the holidays and everything, we want to wish you and your family and your entire staff there at the Mocs football facilities there on the campus a wonderful Christmas. And we are really looking forward to some exciting football here, even with the spring game, and when we get back into the real deal here next fall.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be on the show, and thank you again. Have a Merry Christmas.
You too. Thanks. Coach Tom Arth from the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, the head football coach, and talking with us about the incoming class of freshman recruits that have been signed here this week. And, of course, a couple coaching changes, assistant coaches that two left and went to another school to further their career. and 2 that are moving up and elevating into bigger positions. We will be back after the break here on Sports Talk with Sam Jordan on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. Back in a moment.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM.
3, 2, 1.
Chattanooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4, 92.7 FM's news now.
A 20-ton boulder tumbled onto Scenic Highway right near Ruby Falls, and a section of the road had to be closed while efforts were underway to move the heavy object. It's since been cleared, and Scenic Highway is back open. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office is trying to track down a man who they say tried to steal an ATV at a construction site. When the construction workers tried to confront the man, he ran away, firing shots. The Sheriff's Office says he disappeared into the woods like Rambo. A manhunt ensued, and they still haven't tracked him down. Deputies say the construction workers gave them a detailed description of the man. In Bradley County, a judge denied a motion to dismiss felony charges against Sheriff Eric Watson. 12 felony charges pressed against him for holding vehicle titles that have been altered, falsified, or forged. His defense attorney asking the charges be dismissed, and the judge slapping it down. Russell Stroud, Nooga Radio News Talk 92.7 now.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM.
Sam Jordan, News Talk 92.7 Sports Now. The Chattanooga Mocs used its deepest weapon to capture the first road win of the Lamont Paris era. The squad nailed 12 triples in the 70-67 triumph at Jackson State. Mikhail Foreman tied his career high of 18 points. Nat Dixon added 19, while James Lewis Jr. chipped in 15 points and 9 rebounds. The Chattanooga Mocs now go to a 6-6 record, while their opponent in Jacksonville State goes to 9-4. Squad returns home Saturday to wrap up the non-conference slate with a visit from Georgia State. Game time's 1 p.m. And the first 150 kids gets a Santa hat. University of Tennessee at Chattanooga senior Ariana Gilbert topped the 20-point mark for the second straight day, but it wouldn't be enough as the Lady Moc fell 59-49 to Princeton Thursday afternoon in the final of the Gator Holiday Classic hosted by the University of Florida. Chattanooga Lady Mocs are now 8-5 overall, while the Tigers improved to 9-3. Sam Jordan, News Talk 92.7 Sports Now.
Staying very mild out there through your nighttime hours with lots of clouds. Some rain will push in late, lows upper 50s. Breezy, very wet to start out your Saturday with rain pouring through, highs up around 60. Dry and cooler Sunday, looking cold and dry for Christmas Day. Celebrate the new year with Big Shots Fireworks. 2 locations in Calhoun, Georgia. Exit 312 off I-75, 3 miles west toward Rome on Highway 53, and also next to Little Caesars. That's Big Shots Fireworks. And I'm Soarzine 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hoare.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM.
An automated nuclear missile defense system has suddenly entered into launch mode, and you are the only one who can stop it. Escape Experience Chattanooga. Your team has just been infected with a deadly virus. Your only hope? There, in an abandoned farmhouse. Escape Experience Chattanooga. Handcuffed in a maximum security prison, you have an hour to flee. Escape Experience Chattanooga. These escape scenarios and more at Chattanooga's best escape room, game, and team building platform. Call now. Slots are limited. Register online at escapeexperience.com/Chattanooga. Escape Experience Chattanooga.
Cash, and more cash. Hey, where do you think Santa shops? Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds. He made a special stop to tell Rick, slash those prices. Ooh, ho, ho. That's right now for Christmas at Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds. Even Rick's not going to say no to Santa. No. Don't wait till after Christmas. It'll be way too late. Get your cash right now for your gold, your silver, your diamonds, and jewelry. Has Rick gone mad?
Well, maybe a little.
No, we think he's just Christmassy. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Brainerd Road, Chattanooga. You know where it is. Hey, is that Santa? Ooh, ho, ho. Even Rick's not going to say no to Santa. No. Get your cash right now.
Goss Insurance. Yes, we are local.
And no, we don't have an 800 number. In fact, our mobile numbers are on our business cards. We live, work, play, and worship in Chattanooga, and we would love to help with your insurance. Business, auto, home, life insurance. Call now, save money. Call Goss Insurance for all your insurance needs. Goss Insurance, 875-2500. 875-2500.
Broadcasting live to over 1 million souls in Chattanooga, the Tennessee Valley, and beyond on frequency modulation 92.7. Sean Hannity, 25,000 watts on digital FM 95.3 HD4. CBS Radio News. NASCAR, Bloomberg Markets, David Tulis, streaming strong at NoogaRadio.com. Live on YouTube and Facebook. Nooga Radio, News Talk 92.7. Chattanooga Radio.
Nooga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD for good evening to you as we're on Christmas Eve. I believe that's right. And, or maybe it's Christmas Eve. All right. Friday night, and we're talking sports. And we're glad to have you along wherever you may be throughout the Chattanooga area, Tennessee Valley, or around the world. We're right here, and we're glad to have you with. We're on Facebook Live as well as on YouTube, and, of course, at NoogaRadio.com. All right. Was very glad to be able to talk with head football coach Tom Arth with the University of Tennessee Chattanooga Moccasin football program, and talking about the recent signings that they had with their incoming freshman class of 2018, and a lot of promising athletes and talented athletes as well. And the first and foremost thing to always remember, they're student athletes before anything else. They're not just a football player. They are students and trying to obtain, a college degree. This is what helps a lot of these high school students when they're wanting to advance themselves and being able to be outstanding in various sports, is one of those ways of helping take care of the financial burden of paying for college. And so, but from this class coming in for 2018, Coach Tom Arth has got a very good class of incoming freshmen, and should do very well for the Mocs program and help get the Mocs back up to the level of play, consistency of play, especially within the Mocs football community. So we appreciate Coach Arth taking his time on a hectic Friday night. I was out earlier, making sales calls. Yes, we were doing sales calls today on Friday before Christmas. And I'm telling you what, it's like, where did all the cars come from? I mean, there was times I thought I was sitting more than I was driving, literally. And hopefully everybody out there, is getting that last minute Christmas shopping over with. I know I've been working on a little bit of that in between calls and stuff today. But traffic, especially on the Hickson Pike and up 319 and even in downtown. I tried to avoid downtown as much as I could, but it was just busy everywhere. And I can only imagine where I-24 and I-75 and the other major thoroughfares in and around the Chattanooga area was just really hectic. So hopefully you have a safe venture when you're going out and doing that last minute Christmas shopping. I still got a little bit more to do, but it is really a great day, and really blessed to be able to come to you every weeknight and talk sports wherever you may be. And I know it's really exciting to be able to have this pleasure. Not everybody has the opportunity or the ability to be able to talk about something that they really like. And, sports around here, and it goes into a lot of other areas. It's not just the balls or the bats or the sticks. There's also the outdoors. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about as well, Mothers Against Drunk Driving honored 4 Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency wildlife officers during their 2017 statewide Night of Remembrance and Awards ceremony. TWRA wildlife officers Greg Julian, Josh Landrum, and Jeff Robertson were honored by MED of Tennessee for their efforts on removing boating under the influence operators from Tennessee waterways, thus enhancing safety and saving lives. Mr. Julian serves in Anderson County, Mr. Landrum in Davidson County, and Mr. Roberson in Knox County. In addition, TWRA boating investigator Captain Matt Majors also received a special honor. He received the 2017 Middle Tennessee Outstanding Service Award. The annual event was held at the Millennium Maxwell House Hotel in Nashville, hosted by Mad Tennessee, and honors and remembers victims of substance impaired driving and underage drinking. And it also recognizes law enforcement heroes for their commitment to protecting Tennesseans from those crimes. The organization works with victims from both DUI and BUI incidences. And, you know, you would really be surprised at how often there are BUIs. I mean, you know, I think, and I'm a former law enforcement officer. I did 16 years as a Pennsylvania constable. And I'm telling you, people really think that because they're out on the water, they're going to get away with things. You know what? I mean, if someone wants to drink, okay, that's your privilege. But if you're going to be behind the wheel, whether it's in an automobile or in a boat or on an ATV or a UTV or a motorcycle, you know what? Let someone else do the driving. It's not worth it. So some people think they're invincible, and that is not the case. But there is quite a bit of BUIs all over the country. So, you know, if you want to be out on the waterways or anywhere else, you know, after drinking, please do not drive. Can't stress that more than enough. And, you know, also there are other lives out there that you're putting at risk and at jeopardy as well. Not saying you can't drink or drink in moderation, but do not get behind the wheel, because it has a lasting effect, not just on you or your family, but also on others. So that's my little soapbox for tonight on that. 2018 Spring Turkey Quota Hunts application period is underway through January 17th. Applications are available and will be accepted at any TWRA license agent, TWRA regional offices, or online at the TWRA website. Applications can be accepted until midnight Central Standard Time on January 17th. So I guess that gives us an extra hour. Okay. Mailed applications will not be accepted. The areas available for those hunts are listed on the instruction sheets, and hunters have up to 14 choices, but will be drawn for only one. Applicants may not use the same hunt code more than once. There are a total of 14 hunts listed and 3 youth-only hunts. No person may apply more than once. Youth hunters ages 6 to 16 by the date of that hunt may submit 1 application for the regular quota hunt and 1 application for the youth-only quota hunt. A permit fee will not be charged to annual sportsmen type 004 or a lifetime sportsman types 402 through 405. License holders or seniors with an annual senior sportsman license type 167. For all other license holders, the cost is $12 per permit plus the agent fee. When applying at a license agent, hunters must remain at the location while the application is processed. Hunters will receive a receipt with a confirmation number when the application is complete. Hunters with internet access may apply for a spring turkey quota hunt online by visiting Quota Hunt, that's QUOTAHUNT gooutdoors.tennessee.com/hunts/customerlookup.aspx. It'll be active once the application period begins. Once the internet site has been accessed, hunters can follow the on-screen directions. The 2018 statewide turkey season is March 31st through May 13th. statewide young sportsman hunt is March 24th and 25th. So you can go check that out online or go to a Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agent license location, and they're all over the place, or to the regional offices, or go online. So, we wanted to pass that along. So it's not just, you can choose one of 4 or 14 zones throughout the state in order to participate in that spring hunt. All right. Got a lot more to talk about. The Chattanooga Mocs basketball team, men's basketball, used its deepest weapon to capture the first road win of the Lamont Paris era. The squad nailed 12 triples in the 70-67 triumph at Jacksonville State. Down in Jacksonville, Alabama, Mikhail Foreman had a career high of 18 points. Nat Dixon added 19, while James Lewis Jr. chipped in 15 points, 9 rebounds. Rodney Chapman posted 10 points and a career-high 14 assists. Malcolm Drumright led the home team in Jacksonville State with 17 points. Christian Cunningham came off the bench for 14 points and 12 rebounds. But Foreman hit a career-best 6, 3 in each half. His last was the dagger shot that kind of put things away. Cunningham gave Jacksonville State a 67-64 lead following his own miss with $1:38 to play. Took just 19 seconds for Dixon to answer. His short jumper at 1:19 to go included a trip to the line as Norbertus Gega got him on the arm during the stroke, and Dixon knotted it at 67 all. And then the Gamecocks missed on their end. Lewis cleared the glass. Mocs worked the offensive plan. Chapman distributed to Foreman, whose 6th three-pointer was true with 29 seconds to go. Chattanooga moves to 6-6 overall on the season, and Jacksonville State drops to 9-4. So this was a very good quality road win. Not just another win, but a good quality win. And overall, Mocs are 18-5 against Jacksonville State. Playing at Jacksonville, Alabama, they're 7-4. And in the last 15 contests, the Mocs have been able to win 13 and only lose 2 to the Gamecocks. So Rodney Chapman's 14 assists are the most since Keegan Bell's 16 versus Longwood on December 29th of 2011. And Foreman's 6 3-pointers made are the most since Eric Robertson's 6 in the February 2016 win at Mercer. So right now the Mocs are 2-1 in games decided by 3 points or less. So the Mocs will return home Saturday to wrap up the non-conference slate with a visit from Georgia State. Game time is set for 1 p.m. and the first 150 kids will get a free Santa hat. So if you get an opportunity, you want to try to find something to do while mom is out shopping and stuff, take the kids and go see a Mocs game. You can go to the ticket office at 5 o'clock on Saturday for Gate 1 ticket office at McKenzie Arena. Let's see here. You can go online via gomocs.com. Group tickets are available by calling 423-425-5470. So that's just a little bit of information there on that. Let's see here. The Lady Mocs fall to Princeton in the final of the Gator Holiday Classic down in Gainesville, Florida. University of Tennessee Chattanooga senior Ariana Gilbert topped the 20-point mark for the second straight day, but it just wasn't enough. The Mocs fell 59-49 to Princeton Thursday afternoon in the final of the Gator Holiday Classic hosted by University of Florida. Chattanooga is now 8-5 overall, while the Tigers improved to 9-3. So it wasn't a total loss. I mean, they lost the game, yes, but they were able to improve on a lot of things. And, according to reports, Chattanooga managed several defensive stops but could not convert on the other end, and the two teams played it 13-11 in the Tigers' favor the rest of the way after the third quarter. Princeton out-rebounded the Mocs 44-24 and edged UTC in the paint, or the charity stripe, 32-28. Mocs never led, and the score was tied just once following 3 free throws by Bolden in the first quarter. Now, Chattanooga Lady Mocs will take a brief holiday break before returning to the court on December 28th, and the Mocs will host Hampton at the Roundhouse in a 2 o'clock p.m. tilt. Tickets are on sale at the McKenzie Arena box office and online at gomocs.com. So a lot of good things going on, and like I said, if you want to catch some good college ball, portable ticket, well, you can always go down to the Roundhouse and support the UTC Mocs and Lady Mocs in all their action. Wrestling team, if I'm not mistaken, they're off until next weekend. So pretty much tonight, and well, with the exception of the UTC Mocs men's program, tomorrow afternoon's game is pretty much it until next Tuesday or Wednesday for a lot of area teams. And of course, high schools are going to be seeing the holiday tournaments get underway around here. And we already had a few that happened in the last week or so. But, if you get a chance, get out there and support our local athletic teams. 423-800-8949 is the phone number to call. 423-800-8949 here with Sports Talk with Sam Jordan on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM and 95.3 FM HD4. Hopefully you'll have a great Christmas season with you and your family, and we appreciate everything that you do. We're going to be stepping away here tomorrow and heading north up to Pennsylvania to see my boys and my stepdaughters and all the grandkids, a lot of grandkids. And I've got one that's a little bit ill. And so, we want to get up there and see my Blakester and give them all some great loving. And hopefully you'll be able to do that with you and your family and extended family if that applies. But we'll be back in here on December 26th with Sports Talk. And so, we'll probably be talking a little bit about some of the bowl games that have been going on. And then also with NBA, having a big day on Christmas Day. And as we said earlier in the week, the NFL used to have Thanksgiving and Christmas as two big holidays that they were playing games. And a number of years ago, the NFL says, all right, we'll do Thanksgiving. We'll let somebody else do the Christmas Day stuff. So the NBA stepped up and says, all right, we'll take Christmas. And the Celtics and the Lakers, or maybe San Antonio and some other team to really have a good day of basketball action. But, I don't know. I'll be spending a lot of time behind the wheel between tomorrow and then also on Monday, come back on Christmas Day and make that long journey. But, like I said, if you're out and about and everything, make sure that you be careful out there because there's a lot of other people out there. I mean, a lot of cars. I think I heard on CBS News here earlier today that over 150 million people are going to be traveling over this Christmas holiday. And I'm definitely going to be one of those. But it's well worth it to be with family and friends wherever you may be. Bradley Central got a big 66-32 win over Farragut. Senior guard Ryan Howard, who's a commitment signee with Kentucky, scored a game-high 24 points against the Lady Hurricanes of Farragut, leading her Lady Bearettes on 9 of 18 shooting, including 4 for 6 from three-point distance and 2 of 3 at the charity stripe. In a game that she had against a big showdown against East Hamilton on Monday. Well, last night she scored a game-high 20 points, went for 6 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 on three-point attempts, and 5 for 6 at the charity stripe in that rout of visiting Farragut at Jim Smitty Arena. So the Bradley Central Bearettes 12-0 on the season, while the Lady Admirals, they, with dropping that contest, and I'm trying to look here, I thought I had it, what their record is, Don't see it right off the top here, but Barrett's iced the outcome by closing the third quarter out with a 16-0 run that extended its lead 56-24. So, Bradley Central doing well on their basketball season. Don't forget, coming up in 2018, myself, along with Keon Rose, we're going to be bringing you high school basketball action. If you're a business out there and wants to participate in that, we'll be more than glad to get you into the broadcast. You can call us at 423-497-2407, 423-497-2407, and we will be glad to get you with a marketing rep to help you get that matter taken care of. University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, I know we're under a minute to go. Women's tennis head coach Chad Camper announced that the mock spring schedule today. UTC has 8 home duels on the upcoming slate, including the Southern Conference Tournament at the Champions Club in April. They open with at Austin Pay on Monday, January 15th in Clarksville, Tennessee. And they've got a lot of big opponents that they will be taking on. They return all 6 starters from last year's 14 and 18 that went 4-3 in league action. So also the SoCon tournament be held on April 19th through the 22nd at the prestigious Champions Club in Chattanooga. So a lot of great things in store as we head into 2018. But like I said, we will be calling it a day or an evening right now, and we'll be back with you on Tuesday night. Thanks for joining us with Sports Talk with Sam Jordan. Thanks to our special guest, Coach Tom Arth from UTC Chattanooga's football program. Have a very merry and blessed Christmas, everyone. And like I said, talk to you again on Tuesday. Merry Christmas from Sports Talk with Sam Jordan.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and